Hello and welcome to today's webinar on how to prepare for 6 life events that could impact your finances. Today's presenter is Sarah Bumgardner, Relationship Manager with AAFMAA Wealth Management and Trust. Before we get started, here's a quick background on the association. This webinar series is brought to you by AAFMAA Wealth Management and Trust. Our mission is to be the premier provider of financial planning, investment management, and trust services to the American Armed Forces community. Our parent company, AAFMAA, has proudly served America's Armed Forces since 1879. AAFMAA is a nonprofit, tax-exempt, 501c23 member-owned mutual aid association offering life insurance to all branches of the U.S. Armed Forces and their families. AAFMAA Wealth Management and Trust is a fully owned subsidiary of AAFMAA. We are AAFMAA's trust company. And a few disclaimers. This presentation is educational. It is for general information only and is not specific investment, legal, or tax advice for any of you individually. Do not rely on this presentation alone to guide your investment and management decisions. Since each situation is unique, your needs for financial services will differ. For individual advice, please contact us directly. We produce this webinar series in-house with our own professional staff as a service to our members to help them better understand the resources available to them. We have highlighted here 2 distinct characteristics that separate AAFMAA Wealth Management and Trust from other service providers. 1, our fiduciary standard, which requires us to always act in our clients' best interest. And 2, they exclusively serve the U.S. Armed Forces community. Now, without further ado, I'll turn it over to Sarah to begin the presentation.
Hello, I am Sarah Bumgardner, Relationship Manager with AAFMAA Wealth Management and Trust, and I want to welcome you to my webinar on how life events can impact your financial plan. Today, we are going to go over a few expected and unexpected life events that can impact your finances and how to best respond to them. You'll also get an overview of what's involved in establishing a professional financial plan and how the process can actually help you better prepare for all of life events. Whether it's a happy milestone or a sudden hardship, all of us have experienced big life changes, which come with equally strong emotions. Those emotions can impact your decisions, including financial ones. So it's important to have a plan in place so that you're prepared when expected and unexpected life events happen. Here are a few ways you can prepare for expected changes like marriage and children. Being engaged, make it a priority, set aside time and energy. Don't be afraid to seek advice, reach out to individuals and professionals you trust. Ask questions. Ask as many questions as you need to fully understand the situation and outcomes. Seek professional guidance. Interview different professionals to help you with the process. Go with somebody who you trust and can answer your questions and concerns. Planning for the unexpected seems impossible, but there are certain unanticipated events many might face, like job loss or illness. You never know when these unexpected events may happen, but there are some key points to keep in mind. First, plan for as many expected events that you can. Always acknowledge the feelings involved and recognize that it is a very emotional time. Because of the emotions involved, don't feel like you have to rush into making a decision. Lean on those who are around you for support and help, and seek professional guidance and delegate when you can. No matter what phase of life or situation you are facing, there are a few steps you can take to always be prepared. 1, maintain proper insurance coverage. Have an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Diversify your investment portfolio. Make sure you have current and correct estate planning in place. Be wary of new advisors or professionals who only appear and are involved when an opportunity arises. And be engaged, ask questions, and fully understand your plans. The next few slides will review 6 common specific life events and how you should prepare and plan for each. Marriage, children, deployment, change in job status, divorce, and death. Marriage is an exciting turning point in anyone's life. Here are a few important topics to discuss before you and your spouse merge lives. Talk about your money and goals prior to marriage. Examine what you are both bringing into the marriage and how that will affect your plan. Create a budget for long and short-term goals. Decide if you will merge your finances or not. Update any beneficiary information, since most accounts do not automatically renew due to marriage. When preparing to welcome a child into your home, you should add the following to your to-do list. Adjust your budget to include additional child care expenses. Update beneficiary information and estate documents to make sure they are provided and cared for. Take a look with your CPA at how a dependent tax status will affect your taxes. Check out your employee benefit to see what you can benefit from. And start to do proactive college savings. Preparing for a deployment can be both particularly and emotionally challenging, which is why establishing a good plan in advance is even more essential. Here are a few helpful tips to keep in mind in advance of a deployment. Ensure all appropriate legal documents such as POAs, wills, and letters of authorization are correct and up to date. Automate as many finances as possible so you don't have to worry about staying on top of that. Create a plan for your property management while you are gone and make sure all insurance policies are current and up to date. Seek professional guidance on how to maximize deployment savings and tax advantages so that you can use those to your advantage to save and build wealth. A change in job status can be prepared and planned for or can happen suddenly. Either way, there are certain steps you can take if you find yourself out of a job. If unemployment has happened suddenly, try and revisit your budget. Make cuts or changes as needed. Pad your emergency fund by adding as much as you can for unexpected items. Supplement your income by thinking outside the box, ways to bring in income that maybe you traditionally haven't. And of course, apply for any eligible benefits. If this is a planned retirement, some items to think of before retiring would be to pay off debts, review your insurance needs, determine income needs in retirement, set a plan for how to meet your income needs during retirement. Create a retirement budget so you know exactly what you need for those daily expenses. And of course, review your estate plan. Divorce is an emotional decision with major financial implications. Dissolving marriage finances, like business partnerships, requires careful planning. If you are faced with this situation, seek professional guidance, collect and review all financial information, revisit your budget, revisit beneficiary information. When dealing with a death, it is essential to take care of your emotional well-being. Seek a trusted advisor and individuals to lean on for support and to help guide you through this list of items so that you can focus on your grief. Take care of your well-being first and lean on people that you trust. seek trusted advisors, file life insurance claims, file for survivor benefits, inventory what you own and what you owe. Don't isolate yourself and reach out for help. Most importantly, don't rush to make decisions. Take some time to manage your situation, to settle in and adjust to your life. As you get comfortable, start thinking about your financial decisions moving forward. Regardless of the life events, preparation is key to protecting your financial future. That starts with a financial plan. A financial planning agreement is typically 3 meetings. However, depending on the client's personal circumstances, it can be shorter or longer. Generally, in the first meeting, we review and confirm the data we have, as well as the client's goals and objectives. We determine specific goals and/or concerns the client has and plan ahead for how to tackle those specific questions. The second planning meeting, we typically cover stress tests for life insurance to analyze if they are adequately insured and long-term care scenarios, if applicable. The third meeting typically analyzes current investments, applying stress tests to the asset allocations, as well as looking at asset allocation changes and the impact on the overall plan. During meetings 1 through 3, we discuss adjustments and/or changes and apply them to the plan. We then present the final plan in our 4th meeting. AAFMAA Wealth Management and Trust can assist with financial planning with our 3 core services. Having a staff exclusively focused and familiar with the military community is what makes us different. Of course, I or any of the relationship managers at AAFMAA Wealth Management and Trust would be happy to help you. You can reach me by calling the number you see on your screen or emailing me at the email address listed. Thank you for attending my webinar and look forward to serving you in the future.